Hello, 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 and welcome to. Well, I don't know what this isn't. What I don't. What are we doing? Oh yeah, I know what we're doing. We're doing. It's the last few videos. Got confused. We're doing uh, the unfolding, which is got to get the title right. Is it the Power Orchestra? An appeal featuring Power Orchestra. Complicated. Hannah Peel is a Northern Irish musician, composer. She's done all sorts of things. Notably, she did a soundtrack for Game of Thrones documentary when that ended, but she's been around for quite a while. And the Power Orchestra are an orchestra formed by Charles Hazelwood. He's also the conductor on this, that was formed to embrace disability in the arts. And so they have a variety of players in there who are not able-bodied, which makes them a very interesting concept there. And again, it's a very inclusive thing, very worthy thing. And this was commissioned by Power Orchestra to be a new orchestral work. The only reason I bought it is because one, it's on Real World. You can tell because it's got the coloured strips up the side, but it's also came in a dinked edition, which we'll talk about it in a minute. So I thought, well, I'll get that, but we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about the album first. So it's an orchestral piece with added electronics with, like, Anna Peel is a electronic composer. She uses synthesizers and whatnot as part of her process, and it's meant to represent something cosmic. The unfolding is meant to represent the creation, like the Big Bang, creation of life, and it's a heady concept. It's a big concept, not a little concept. It's a big concept to get your head around. So yeah, it was. It's a concept piece. So those of you here for the prog, stick around. You might enjoy it. It might be something right up your alley. I was thinking again when I listened to it, and it's a very pleasant. It's a very pleasant listen. It's not groundbreaking or anything like that. It's pleasant. It's enjoyable. It's not going to frighten the horses. That's it. It's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant listen. Um, Whether it achieves anything cosmic, I don't know. It didn't really take me to that place. It didn't really take me to the beginning of time, or the creation of us made from star stuff. And it didn't really take me there. I mean, I just was enveloped by the pleasant sounds of the orchestra, because it's very pleasant, um, very airy piece. If you like arpeggios and minimalism and things like that, again, if you want to draw it back to other prog works, if you liked Mike Oldfield's Incantations, you might enjoy this. It's got that similar kind of feel about it. Again, because it's orchestral. So if you think, that I like that, then you'll probably get something from this if you're an Oldfield fan. Again, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest of the biggest knowledge of modern classical music, so I don't know where it would sit in that particular pantheon. Again, like I said, it doesn't really push back any boundaries. It sounds pretty standard stuff. This man makes me sound like I'm talking it down. I really enjoyed it. I found it fun and interesting. Again, it's a nice Sunday morning album if you want to, if you want something nice and pleasant, just to, good reading. If you want to put it on whilst reading a book. I found it down there. If this would have been, I'm trying to. It's hard to talk about this because it's not a lot in there. There's not a lot in there to grasp hold of. It's not one of those albums. It's ephemera. It's ephemeral. It's it's missed through your fingers. It's one of those records, and it's more about the vibe than the actual music and the tunes. Could you whistle it? No, that's not the point of it. But if this had been released in the 80s, this would have been found. You'd have found this in the New Age section of HMV. It would have been down that end. This would have been, because it's kind of New Agey, I think, in its aspect. The combination, again, I was kind of expecting more from the electronica side of things. I was expecting more bleeps and blurps and drones, seeing as that's where Hannah Peel kind of makes her bread and butter. But it's very subtle. Those contributions are very subtle on the album. It's like I say, it's more strings and voices. The voices, again, it has those similar. I'm going to talk about Harold Budd. I'm sorry, Pavilion of Dreams. My reference palette is very small, but it has those kind of breathy female vocals that you get on that record. So that, again, I think that's why I enjoyed it. It's a familiar ballpark. Of course, it's not going to be for everyone, but if you want something that's pleasant, I know Only Biscuits are nice. It's a nice record. It's a nice, pleasant record, and I can imagine that when they're going to be touring this, it'll be quite a nice tour to attend, and a good introduction to the Power Orchestra. So yes, it's a good thing. I think it's well worth. I thoroughly. I'm not disappointed in picking up and buying it and listening to it. I thought it was very, very good. And again, it took me back. It took me back to those, like I say, EG records, that kind of experimental stuff you'd hear on there. It adds that kind of vibe to it. So it works for me. So if you those of you who follow me, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The kind of Harold Budd, John Hassell kind of ballpark. It's it nestles nicely in there. Again, if there'd have been some soloists in it, it might have added a little bit more detail to it. Because it is, like I say, it's very ambient. It's a very, very ambient record. But I didn't necessarily feel. I didn't feel cosmic. It didn't make me feel cosmic. So the concept didn't really deliver. I think we needed I don't know, more whooshes. Anyway, it makes it sound like I'm not. I am taking it seriously. It's a good record. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Again, I didn't know what I was going to expect. I saw one of the videos. They released it. Real World released a video for it, and it was kind of, that was a bit arty. But and a bit out of this world. So go and check that out. It's on the Real World YouTube channel. So anyway, back to, I will now do a little looky, an unboxing, if you will, which I'll cut. I will cut this out of this and put it separate, because you get more views that way. Because if I do it inside the review, people won't see it, because they don't want the review. They want to see what the vinyl looks like. So this is where I'm going to do a 2-for-1. I'm going to pretend that I've not spoken to you before, right? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Dinked vinyl edition of Hannah Peel and the Power Orchestra, The Unfolded. Now, again, for those of you who aren't in the UK, Dinked is a special edition, and they're usually on coloured vinyl, and I'm a sucker, totally suckered for a coloured vinyl. However, this is an interesting story here. On the day before release, I received an email from the record store saying, there's been a bit of a mix-up, and a little bit of a cock-up on the catering front, a little bit of a mix-up on the vinyls, because it was meant to be orange vinyl, and there was going to be a separate blue, sparkly blue vinyl. I didn't know about that. Only for the Dinked one. Dinked one was going to be orange, but they put the sparkly blue ones in here and the orange ones separately. So we got sparkly blue. And I could cancel my order, but I didn't cancel my order because, in there, sparkly blue, orange, the colour didn't bother me. And I'm glad I stuck with it, because you're going to find out why. So, this is the album itself. And I think there are only like 750 of them. So it's got some nice, got some nice artwork there. And when we look inside, should also be, this up properly. Is also, look, a print. And it's got the number 433, and that's designed with Barnbrook. Barnbrook worked with Bowie on his later albums. There's nothing on there. I'll just put the sticker. Just put the sticker on. There's nothing on the back apart from me putting the sticker up there. But you get that with it, and then inside you get a really solid, stiff inner bag, which is what I like to see. You know, none of those flimsy ones we've been getting lately. But look at this. I don't think you'll get this on. I don't know if this will come over. It is sparkly blue. It's delightful. Look, it's got little sparkles in it. I don't think I've had a sparkly one before. So when I opened it, I went, oh, it's all sparkly. Because I'm a sucker for coloured vinyl. You know I'm a sucker for coloured vinyl. So that was nice. And then if I open up, the second one's just the same, but we'll do it just so you know. Just got to get everything back in the sleeve again. I'll do that in a minute. It's getting complicated. And then you've got the second sleeve. Again, with all the performers that are on it. And again, it was recorded at Real World Studios. So it's good to see Real World doing, I mean, I may have done orchestral recordings in the past, but this one seems to be a bit darker. Look at that. How cool is that? You've got a light blue and a dark, slightly darker one. That's almost like nighttime, isn't it? With the stars. I really like that. I think that's cool. But then I'm a bit of a, like I say, I'm a sucker for anything with a coloured vinyl in it. I'm so predictable. I shouldn't encourage them, should I? They keep doing all these coloured editions, but that's what the Dinked edition is. It's like a limited edition. Often you get a print inside, you know, with limited. You know, sometimes you get another vinyl. When the Go Team did one, they actually put another 7-inch coloured picture disc 7-inch in with theirs. I think, or was that the Record Store Day one? I'm getting confused. So many different editions. So many different. Limited supply, unlimited supply of limited editions, limited edition. Anyway, yeah, so if you're not familiar with Power Orchestra and Hannah Peel, and you fancy something a little bit arty-farty, a little bit out there, a little bit cosmic, give it a go. You know, and if you want a nice come-down album for a Sunday morning, you know, a hangover album, if you so wish, then give it a go. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasant surprise. And yeah, that's it. And again, because they are, you know, disabled. I'm not saying you should get it just because they are disabled. I'm just saying it makes it a bit more special. I think Power Orchestra is a very interesting project. And again, Charles Hazelwood's a very interesting guy. He did a documentary a few years back about minimalism. I posted it on my Facebook page. I copied it and put it on my Facebook page for those of you who follow me there. And he's an interesting chap, and it's really good what he's doing with the Power Orchestra and those people involved. I think it's truly a great thing. It just shows you that music can be for everyone, and music should be for everyone. And I encourage all of you out there today to go and pick up a musical instrument, even if it's the spoons, and make some music. And that's what this should be about. Thanks for watching. So yeah, I've been talking about rather. I feel like I'm all over it. I feel like I'm all discombobulated. I've been talking about Hannah Peel and Power Orchestra and the unfolding. Give it a go. Give it a go. And yeah, we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't, it's not my problem. And yeah, there's only one more thing left to say. By now, we know what that is. Shall we do the... Go on, like and subscribe. Yeah, should we do that? Yeah, like and subscribe. But more importantly, ta-da!